Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Ruth, and today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. Still book related, but more so in the video game realm. And I feel like for those of you who are very up to date with all the games, you kind of can tell what video game I'm going to be talking about today just with that little clue right there. We're going to be talking about Split Fiction. This game I'm so obsessed with. We just finished playing it, but I love it so much. I've had played a lot of the games from this studio. So Hazelight Studio is one that produces these games. So maybe for some of you, you've played A Way Out, It Takes Two, and then now recently Split Fiction. And all these games have something similar where you have to work with your partner to for a common goal or some sort of working together to accomplish something. And they really specialize in couch co-op, where you can play with a second player on the same TV. So you don't have to have a different console to play this game. And I love it because there should be more co-op games so that you can play together. As much as I love Call of Duty, and I'm not throwing shades at them. I really like all the Call of Duty games. However, their couch co-op sucks. It's like every time you try to log in and play with somebody on the same console, you're literally wasting your time waiting. The server's always down. Maps don't work on couch co-ops when you're playing together on the same screen. Not it, Obviously it'll work if you have like two different gaming system, right? And so it's very frustrating to play couch co-op on with Call of Duty. So throwing no shades with that. I just hope that in the future they'll invest a lot, especially because Hazelight is really killing it in the co-ops games here.
Intervator Publishing, where stories come to life. Hi, I got an invitation. I'm a writer.
I'll show you some clips. So obviously, I'm not a professional gamer where I have like a gaming set, and because I love watching like certain YouTubers play games, and so I don't have that set up. But so here's my little makeshift scene right here, and you can see, man, I'm not really good at this game, but it's super fun. I am the type to do a lot of like button mashing, and so that really translates to a lot of the things, commands that you have to do in this game. So that's really bad. That's a really bad habit to bring over. So there are a lot of things that I was very surprised because I feel like they could create so many games out of all the topics that they've created just in Split Fiction. So I'm really excited what they're going to be doing in the next couple years with their co-op games. But so I don't want to spoil too much about like what to expect in certain levels and things like that, but just know that you can either play as Neo or Zoe, and they are both writers in this story, but they write in different genres. So one writes in fantasy, and other one writes more like a super futuristic story, and so they kind of just have to work together. And then you go through all of these different adventures and things like that. And it was amazing. Love the graphics, love the storytelling, the emotions, all of the fun little characters that you play as and you meet throughout the story. Amazing, 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 amazing. Like, I cannot praise this game enough. There was one level that was really pissing me off, and I'll just say it's called the kite level. Man, I just could not get it, and so it was definitely a struggle bus um, with that. So if you ever of you are on that quest, let me know. Was it easy for you? Was it not easy for you? Let me know. But otherwise, no, I just a lot of good praise with this game. Um, and my favorite character, I mean, both Neo and Zoe are very lovable characters, but I think I gravitate towards Neo better just because um, a lot of her colors are pink. So I, even though pink's not my favorite color, it just very aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion. So, but I do like both characters, and I thoroughly enjoyed the story. And I think there's definitely a good replay value just because then, you can switch players, right? And see playing through that character. So all good things about this game. And like I said, I'm excited for any more future co-op games from this studio. But as you can see here, very much so struggle bus when it comes to climbing the walls, trying to do the like timed events, climbing the wall and then hooking yourself. I've been struggling with that since It Takes Two, so that's something that I have to work on. But it's just something that we just laugh about when we play these games. Another thing I guess I can add to is maybe there are some things that are not appropriate for kids with some of the topics, but uh, I'll just leave it at that. But otherwise, it was a really great game. All right, I just wanted to leave it there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.